Hello everyone, it's me. Okay, so I think it's been, I don't even know, maybe a week, maybe two, since my last video. As you guys know, I did an update that I tried being goth and getting back into the goth scene, and it just didn't work. So I just went back to being my bohemian hippie witchy self, which is just so much easier because, you know what's funny? I don't even have to think. You know, when I wake up in the morning, I don't have to think about getting dressed. I do, but I don't. It's less thinking involved, which is actually very good because I don't like to think. So, the point of this video is, today I went to Sugarloaf. It is Memorial Day. It is Memorial Weekend, so it's the Sugarloaf Spring Festival. It's well, obviously, today was the 25th when I went. But by the time you guys see this, you probably won't be able to go. So, at least the festival. But Sugarloaf you can always go to all year round. This year, this was the spring festival, and unfortunately, I was gonna bring my camera, because one of the people who I have subscribed to, Goddess Adana, she did a video where she showed you guys Pagan Pride Day. And she took you around and stuff. I was gonna do that, but due to unfortunately the extreme, and I mean extremely high winds, all the vendors, the booths, the tables, packed up and they went home. And it was only 11 o'clock in the morning. So clearly that should show you exactly how bad the weather was. When these people, it's like rain or shine. It could be a torrential downpour where there's flooding in the streets, and they will still have this festival open. I mean, it was technically still open, but they'll have the vendors there and have the booths because people, they flock to this. It's, in my opinion, it's one of the greatest festivals ever. It's right up there with the Renaissance Fair. You gotta go. You just have to go if you're into that very bohemian, laid back, kind of super cool style. This is definitely right up your alley. So unfortunately, there were no vendors, but all the shops were still open. Although, unfortunately, some of the shops are closing down. Some are opening up and some are closing down. So if you guys are in the area, it's Sugarloaf, which is inside Chester. So if you're ever in the area, just go. These shops are open all year round. Okay. A new shop that actually just opened up is, oh, excuse me. It's called Practical Magic. Yes, like the movie. And it's obviously what you think. It's a new age metaphysical shop. Sorry, didn't mean to scratch my armpit. You go in and it really is this little tiny shop. It's a little tiny shop, but you go in there and she has smudging sage. She has posable rats and posable bats. And when I mean these are I was afraid to touch one because I was afraid if I touched one I would break it, so I didn't touch one. They look like they're real taxidermy rats and bats that you can pose. If so, that's kind of cool. But at the same time, that kind of weirds me out. But that's just me personally. Dead animals freak me out. But she's got gemstones. She has incense. She has cauldrons, which was something that I personally found immensely difficult to find. Find a proper cauldron, the right size, and she has one. I just didn't go price it because I had to get ready for work, so I had to leave so I could come home and get ready for work. Trying to think, what else did she have in there? Yeah, and she had she had tarot cards. I think that's pretty much I may have the card somewhere, the business card somewhere else. It might be over there. I'm not really sure if she gave me one. I don't remember. But, she has the Tibetan singing bowls. She had 2 doves, like legit like doves, in her shop. One was kind of small and gray, one was huge and white, and it laughed at you. I mean, like, this thing cackled at you. It was weird. For a dove, you expect them to be quiet and pretty, you know, and do the little thing. No, this thing was like, ah, and you were like, what is that? Like, you thought it was a crow in there. And she has a sign on her door that says, don't let the cat outside, no matter what it tells you. And I was like, I want to see this cat. But there was no cat. I guess it was hiding in the back room or something. But she was pretty nice. She was a really sweet lady. She was really helpful. I unfortunately did not get her name because it was very busy and people were talking, so I didn't have time to actually sit down and chit-chat with her. And she also has, like, psychic mediums come in. And someone was in there while I was shopping, and they were, like, kind of in the corner, but they're kind of in the shop at the same time. So, like, as you're shopping for, like, you know, stuff over here, there's people getting psychic readings, like, 5 feet from you, and you're like, oh, hey, don't mind me. I'm trying not to listen to your personal family business that's going on with the dead. But it was just, it was a really neat shop. So, I'm actually going to show you what I bought from there. Where is it? Oh, and I lost it. I lost it. Hold on. Okay, it's around here somewhere. I bought stones from her. I move my leg while I find it. Found it. Ugh. Sorry, my webcam's all jumpy. If you go there and you get stones, she wraps them up. You get a little. Well, first let me show you the stones I bought, then I'll explain that to you. This one's amethyst. Ta-da! And this one was only like $3. Not bad. I personally don't think that's a bad price. That's just me. I've bought stones that were smaller than that and have cost almost $6 because I can't find them. Like the actual like gemstone like this, I can't find them, so I was like. And then that was the amethyst, and then this one I actually bought for my husband, and it's a bloodstone. Pretty cool. I picked this one because they say the way to pick a stone is that your energy will kind of call to the stone, and then the stone's energy, in a sense, will answer back. I know a lot of you out there are probably like, okay, this chick's on drugs. No, I'm being serious. Like, your energy will react to the energy of the stone that's meant for you. Some say to pick it up and to, like, feel it, and you'll feel the energy, and you'll feel if it feels right in your hand. If it feels right in your hand, then it's the stone for you. Some people are like, it's just a stone, like it's just a rock, and no, there's actually much more to it. Sorry, I'm playing with my hair. Like, the amethyst, it helps to stop and reduce stress, and it also does help to prevent stress, and it's also a protection stone, and it's a healing stone. Bet you didn't know that. The bloodstone, sorry, she had a thing written down about them, and I should have asked her if she had a copy, but I didn't. Bloodstone is one I'm not 100% familiar with. My husband really liked the stone. He really, oh dear goodness, I'm sorry. I fixed it, it's fine. My husband doesn't know much about stones in the sense of their purposes and their like, and their energies. He just thinks they're cool looking, which is fine. And he just liked the bloodstone. I think he just liked the name of it, but he'll swear he just thought it was cool looking. But this one, it's green on the bottom, and if I rotate it, ta-da, it's like a red. It's, for you guys, it's gonna look kind of like a light brown, but it's really like red, like an orange red. And it aids in protection. Like, this is the type of stone you want if you're doing like a protection spell. This is definitely one of those stones that you would like, along with like malachite, obsidian, yeah. And what she does, you know, so that's those stones that I got. I bought my coworker a snowflake obsidian, and it looked like her cat. So I was like, that's the stone for her. And what she'll do is when you go to, what this lady does when you pick out a stone, you pick out a little baggie, I think these are like $1. Yeah, this one, the bloodstone was like $3 as well. You pick out a little baggie, and she takes a piece of sage. Ta-da! She takes a little piece of sage, and she puts them, and she just wraps them up in tissue paper. Yeah, very simple. This way, it helps to purify and cleanse the stones of any possible negative energies that may have attached to them. But for the most part, since they're in a locked case, they think the only energy that's attached to them is stale and stagnant. So this way, it kind of purifies and refreshes the stone and gets it ready for use from someone else. So that's that one. Lindsay, thank you. Yeah, and that's the store Practical Magic. I'm gonna put her website down below. You can go onto the Sugarloaf website, which is Sugarloaf New York, and you have to spell out newyork.com. And you can look up her shop that way. But I'm just gonna put the link down in the description. So this way, it'll be easier for you guys to find her shop. Sorry. Again, she's a newer shop, so if there's not a whole lot there on the website, I'm sorry. It's just because, again, she's still a new shop. Now, another shop I went into, one that I've actually, every time I go to I go to Sugarloaf, just whether I go for the festivals or I go just in general, I always stop at the shop called Moon Dancer. And it's another new age shop, but that one's more of just kind of a general new age shop. Like there's like they have the clothes, it's more of a clothing and jewelry store, and then like incense. That's pretty much what that store all has. They have like a lot of like the silver like the gemstone jewelry with like the silver wrapped on it, like the actual sterling silver. Like the big stones that are like this big. They have a lot of those. They have a lot of rings, a lot of Native American influence, a lot of Native American style. They have like a lot of the for clothing. They have like the bohemian skirts. That's usually pretty much what they sell. They sell like the T-shirts that are like tie-dyed with like like it's got the Native American person's head on it, or wolf, stuff like that. That's like in the main part of the store. But then when you go downstairs, which is literally like this little, it's like 2 steps. They have stones as well. And then they have they have smudging sage. They have the feathers, which actually that was another thing the shop Practical Magic had. She had the feathers too, the smudging feathers. But Moon Dancer has the smudging feathers. They have candles. They have more like statues. They're more lotions, candles, and incense. Like they're mainly known. Like people go there for their incense. Like that's a big thing with Moon Dancer. I didn't get any incense this time because I have a Nike's ton of incense that I have to use first. Which some people are like, well, that shouldn't make a difference. You're right, it shouldn't. But I have a lot of incense that I have to use up before I go buying more. Like I have enough to last me for like another month. And that's using 2 or 3 of them like a day, like I do. So I'm good. But what I did buy there was, I'll show you, my little sage stick. Ta-da! Now this is just a very little. Oh, it smells so good. This one, kind of makes me hungry because it's sage. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, it is the same type of sage that you can get at the grocery store. The only difference is this is more organic, and this is more, and by organic I mean this is more, it's just plucked, as you can see, like, see the core of it? That's like, it's just the plant leaves plucked, and then they're just bound and dried. Like, they're not chopped up and processed, put through a process and put in a little thingy, but it's the same thing. I mean, it is. It's an herb. Same thing. You can eat this. And this was like $3 and change. And they have them, this one has a purpley pink ribbon, string on it. She said that that's supposed to be, She said they were separated by color, so this one is supposed to be sage and lavender, although, I mean, I think it is. I think the sage just overpowers the smell of the lavender, which is fine, you know. And I mean, sage is stronger than lavender. Lavender is more of a very subtle, soft scent. But it's called a smudging stick for those of you who don't know. And what it is you light it on fire, like you would an incense. How you light it, you let it get red, then you blow out the flame, and then it smokes. Same thing with this, although you don't want this to catch too much on fire because then it might just go all in your hand, and then you just completely wasted a lot of good sage. But you just kind of light the tips, and when you light it, you want to turn it, so you kind of get the whole thing, and then you just blow on it, blow off the main flame, so it's just the red embers, and then when it smokes, you can use your hands. Some people use hands. They just use the stick. They use feathers. It's up to you. But it's used to purify your space, your home. You know, my coworker just moved in with her friends, and in her room, she would like to cleanse in her room of any negative energies and prevent them from coming in. And also, I want to do it in my house. I don't have any negative energy in my house. At least, I don't have any that's potentially harmful. At least I don't think so. But it's just something good to do, just to cleanse your home. Yeah, and you just say a simple blessing. Yeah, and that's all you do. And, you know, that's why I bought that. And then, I bought this. This is their Moon Dancer. It's their body lotion. This is Harvest Moon. And, unfortunately, you guys can't smell this, which really, really sucks. For you guys, at least. Because it smells so good. Like, this, I think I have some on my lip. Yeah, I totally got some on my lip. This makes me want it to be fall time, and which is funny since it's cold today. I was all bundled up. This makes me want it to be fall and cold outside, so I can sit with a big blankie and a cup of hot apple cider. I mean, then again, even though it's getting into summer, I can still do that. I may look a little weird, I may sweat, but I can still do that. But this just really makes me want to see like the reds and the browns and the gold and yellow leaves and the oranges and the colors, and it makes me want to go pick a pumpkin. It actually kind of reminds me of, there's a Yankee candle called Witch's Brew, and it's just patchouli. Everyone's like, oh, what is it? No, it's just patchouli. Just a patchouli candle, that's all, just with a cool name. And it kind of smells like that. It smells like patchouli mixed with like spiced pumpkin. That's kind of what this smells like, and it smells really good. And it's actually, I used it twice today. It's nice and makes your hands nice and soft, and it's quick absorbing, and you're not like greasy, like, you know, some handmade lotions are like that, like they're a little too greasy. Not like that. It's really nice. But yeah, and this was $4. And that's from the store Moon Dancer. Oh, my foot went numb. That's not good. Sorry, I'm a little sick, so if I sound a little nasally and funny, that's why. Let's see. So that's from that store. And I'll put the link for their website as well, which I have to double check on that, 'cause they have a weird website name. It's not like moondancer.com. They have like an abbreviated name. So that was it. That's what it was for the Spring Festival. Unfortunately, due to the weather, it kind of got ruined, which is kind of sad, because that's how actually a lot of vendors kind of get their name out. Sorry, I'm trying to wake my foot up. So unfortunately for that, but coming up in October, I think it's the 25th and 26th, whenever Columbus Day weekend is, that's going to be the Fall Festival. And for any of you out there, if you come by the Fall Festival, you might see me. You might get to see me. I'm trying to become a vendor this year, so hopefully I will be able to sell my jewelry and my little crafty stuff there. And if so, you guys can come see me, and you guys can come buy my stuff. And actually, I'm gonna put in the description the link to my Etsy shop, just so you guys can kind of see what I sell. you'll see it, and there's not a lot up there. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's not a lot because my camera is like possessed and it won't take good pictures, so I have to use my mom's camera, and I haven't gotten that yet. But for an idea of what is going to be in my shop, I do a lot of jewelry, and there's going to be like little handcrafts, like more of like home decor crafts type thingies. So yeah, like the home decor crafts aren't up yet. Those won't be up for a while because I have the projects some started, some not. I just I keep forgetting to finish them, which I probably should have done that tonight, but I didn't. So I'll probably just do that during the week and then finish them and upload those pictures over the weekend. So that was it. Just wanted to tell you guys about my day. I went to the festival and it was fun. And you guys should definitely just, for ha-has, and I don't really mean little ha-has, but just because you guys should go out to Sugarloaf and go check out the shops. I mean, they're cute, quaint little shops, and I mean, it is a small village, you know, and they can use all the business. Like, they could. Like, it would be a shame to watch that little town go away. But I don't think they're gonna go away anytime soon. They've been there for goodness knows how many years, several decades. They're good. So you guys have a good night. And again, I'm gonna put all the links in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.